So you're trying to manifest your dream life, but maybe it's just not coming into your reality how you thought it would, or it's just not happening at all. It could be because you're making one of these 6 manifesting mistakes that I see people making all the time. But don't worry, all of these are super easy to fix, so let's go ahead and get right into them. Number 1 being that you might be taking advice from people that are only out to make a quick buck off of you or to honestly scam you, and that really sucks. With any industry such as spirituality, manifesting, mental health, fitness, wellness, health, there are always going to be people out there that just want to make money off of you, and that sucks. Now, it's hard because on one hand, I really believe people deserve to be paid for the work that they're doing. This is my job. That is not to say that people who do courses and all that are scamming you, but just do your research into these people. Are there people that are giving you tips and tricks, but like they don't really have any proof of what they've actually manifested, or they've manifested one thing 5 to 10 years ago and then they don't have anything else after? Just do your research and don't be so quick to fall into these get rich quick schemes where you give someone all your money and they promise you this big reward, because if something sounds too good to be true, it might just be. That leads me into number 2, which is thinking that you have to be a certain way or a certain type of person to manifest. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make without realizing it, and it sometimes can push you farther from doing it. If there are aspects of spirituality or anything you're doing that just really seems draining, like journaling. Say you try to journal, because I talk about scripting a lot, but journaling to you is just the most draining, boring thing you've ever done. Put down the journal and try something else. Number 3 is getting too caught up in the terms law of attraction and manifest. If I was to describe the law of attraction to someone without calling it the law of attraction, they would believe it. Sometimes I will purposely talk about the law of attraction on my Instagram stories without calling it that. I actually shared recently, there's a psychological study that was like, if you believe you can have something, you're 97% more likely to achieve it and take the right steps towards it versus taking steps away from it. And I'm like, so kind of like the law of attraction, but I didn't call it that. And all these people replied like, oh my gosh, that's like the greatest advice ever. I'm like, okay, but if I called it manifesting, would it still be great advice? So what I'm saying is, if calling it law of attraction or manifesting makes you feel weird about it, don't call it that. Which next brings me to bad vibes. Now, I am an advocate for feeling your feelings, but there are some emotions that are still human and they're still normal, and if they pop up sometimes, it's totally okay, but maybe try and work on them. And those are things such as jealousy, impatience, spite. When you are focused on jealousy, you are focusing on what someone has in a way of thinking that you can't have it. If you believe you cannot have something, according to that psychological term, you are 97% less likely to have it. And you fix that by always seeing someone else's success as proof that you can have something. Same thing goes for impatience. I believe that things just come faster when we're in a flow state versus when we are constantly obsessing over it. For example, our move to New York City is also a really great example. We obsessed over moving to New York for so long and we were so impatient for it. But once we gave up on that, not gave up on the goal, but just like gave up on the obsession and just started to enjoy our lives in California, it just sort of happened in perfect timing, and it was so much easier than stressing over it. Get way more specific than you are right now. Unfortunately, in all of my YouTube manifesting videos, I look in the comments and there's a lot of people who comment stuff like, I want to manifest moving out of my home state. I want to manifest success. You've got to go way more in depth than that. I think it was Drake, the rapper, that said to manifest his dream home that he now lives in, he used to drive by the house, point at it and say, this is the house I'm going to live in when I am famous. That is specific. You don't have to go to it in person, but that's where a vision board can really help, is put together a story, an entire dream board around what you want. Know if you want to move out of your parents' house or your home state, what city and state do you want to live in? What job do you want to have when you get there? What job do you have now that's going to help you save up? How much money are you going to save every single month to help you save to living there? Are you going to have a roommate? Are you going to live in an apartment? What do you want the apartment to look like? When do you want to go by? And when you get really specific and detailed on your goals, that helps you devise a solid plan of action that you can actually work toward. Which brings me to the final one, baby, which is not working towards it. Nothing is just going to show up at your door because you visualized it or you scripted it. You still have to put in the work towards it. Everyone does. And honestly, I think it makes it all much more worthwhile. If we just snapped our fingers and had whatever we wanted, sure, That sounds really great in theory, but when you work your butt off and you finally get what you know that you're working towards, it is the best feeling. When we stepped into this New York City apartment after hustling and hustling for so many years and saving and saving and saving, it felt so amazing. So I know the work seems tough, but it is worth it. What is your detailed specific goal you're trying to manifest? Go ahead and put it out there into the universe and share it into the comments down below so that way I can cheer you guys on. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you are new. I put out new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.